Howdy folks, check out this beautiful view. Mendocino County, Northern California. I'm out on a drive outside of the town of Ukiah. My mom's vehicle that I'm driving in there. I just went quite a ways up this road. This is Low Gap Road, just to explore it. I'd never been up this road, and it's kind of fun just to go down these country roads and see what you find. I didn't find anything as interesting as I was hoping for. I was kind of hoping for a spectacular view looking out that way with the setting sun. That's looking out towards the coast that way, and it was just kind of enclosed most of the way along the road, and the turns just kept going and going, and I kept being curious, well, what's around the next curve and what's around the next curve, and finally turned around and heading back into town. But here is finally a nice view that I hadn't noticed somehow on the way this way. The sun going down there. So in this video then I just thought that I would talk about the most important thing in life on the spiritual path, because I think that things can kind of get overly complicated sometimes, a lot of times, and people will get caught up in who's right, who's wrong, who's trying to delude me and manipulate me, and what is the correct belief and the incorrect belief, and what are the right exercises, the right techniques versus the wrong ones, and whose philosophy is of the fallen angels versus whose is directly from source energy, and what is the conspiracy? Is the New Age movement a Illuminati conspiracy, or is it a conspiracy of the Illuminati to say that the New Age movement is a Illuminati conspiracy, etc., etc. And partly I'm making this one because I get messages from people, asking me about, various questions, and is this person on the right track in your view, in this, various belief and, way of looking at things, and what it all comes down to is a hell of a lot more simple than all that, which is that, are you treating the people in your life with love and respect? There's all these out there spiritual concepts and different constructs of the different dimensions, and how all the things work, and Earth is a playground, a university of life, and we're here to learn our lessons and work through our karma, and I basically believe in all that stuff. But the basic, fundamental, ultimate, single truth is simply, are you living your life from a place of trying to be more loving towards people, towards other living things, animals, and plants, and the earth that you walk upon, which provides everything for us. And beyond that, everything else is kind of, interesting stuff to think about and ponder and try to figure out. And it's all fascinating and a matter of curiosity, and it's all absolutely part of the path. I mean, the stars may not mean all that much to our personal lives, but it is fascinating to learn about the stars and the constellations and how it all works, and physics, and so many different topics: philosophy, astrology, science, biology, etc. And that's all very well and good to focus on all that stuff. But if you're wondering what spiritual truth is, then it is about being more kind towards people. You know, the basic do unto others as you would have others do unto you. Love thy enemy. I mean, even though I'm not, you know, no big fan of Christianity, then I do believe in the words that Jesus spoke. And, you know, to what extent can you strive and make an effort in your life towards being more open-minded towards people, more open-hearted? How do you relate to the guy at the convenience store that you're buying your, you know, smoothie from, or the car mechanic, or the guy coming over to fix your washer and dryer, or, you know, the people that you meet on the subway or on the bus, or the people that you meet in workshops, and the people that you interact with online, etc. I'm not a fan of fake niceness, of that one should never be critical, get angry, that you shouldn't, you know, that you should seek some sort of perfect kindness all the time, because it is about authenticity as well, of being true to yourself and to your real feelings and how you really assess a situation. And if somebody is being a, you know, full-on asshole, then, you know, they may need to be called on it. So it's not about just be nice, but one can be critical without being judgmental. One can assess a situation and determine you know, what's really going on to the best of their ability, without you know, casting people out and saying you're all freaks and jerks and psychopaths and whatever, but instead come from a place of genuinely seeking to see the other person as another yourself, and to try to come from the heart as much as possible, and from an open mind of, you know, why does this person hold this particular position, even if I disagree with it, even if they're maybe saying something critical about me, and how can I learn something from that, and try to see the world through their eyes, and you know, try to expand my own perspective and my own mind in the course of seeing these multiple different perspectives. And so really just to keep in mind that basic concept of in the moment, in the present, in the now, how can I be more kind and more loving and supportive and encouraging and validating of people in every facet of my life, as opposed to getting stuck on this thing of, am I right? Because that's what people get stuck on too often. That's what morality really is that you you know, should be doing the right thing versus the wrong thing, and then people will justify doing terrible things to other people based on their morality and their religious dogmatic viewpoint that may say anyone who doesn't do such and such is wrong and is on the path of, you know, the devil or whatever, and therefore they don't deserve my consideration. And people all the time justify doing really horrible things to people from that point of view. So just to try to keep in mind to not get too caught up in right versus wrong, but rather seeing everyone as a expression of the divine consciousness to some extent or another, and how can you learn from them, and how can you be more supportive in their you know, basic true divine nature, whether they realize it and are living it in your estimation or not. So there you go. The sun definitely about to go down there, but a beautiful scene. And the rolling golden hills of California. Not that they're that golden at the moment, but they will become summertime. I was actually going to mention this at the very beginning of the video, but for anyone who actually stuck around to the end here, I'll put a link down below to either a song or an album by Kate Wolf, who's really awesome. And she lived in this area of Mendocino County, at least at some point. She is was a folk singer from the 70s and 80s. She died, I believe, of leukemia in like 1986. And her songs are just really beautiful. And there's a music festival that happens here every summer up north, up the Highway 101 a ways. That is people playing her songs. She has a lot of albums and really good stuff. So one of her songs is Red-Tailed Hawk, and I think that's the song in which she sings the line, "The Golden Rolling Hills of California," and they're definitely about, when you see this area in the summer, then that's definitely what she's talking about. So anyway, nice view.